All right, what was your biggest purchase ever? Your first big purchase, I should say. What was your first big purchase? It could be anything from you bought a video game system to it could be even smaller than that, or it could be a house, a car. What was your first? You're like, this is exciting. Your first big purchase.
I'm gonna go blow it all in one place.
Yeah, I'm gonna really not save it.
All right.
Put it in a mutual fund.
Yep.
800-682.
That is the right thing to do.
But no one does.
No one
But
does
the
it.
interest you'll get.
Right.
It's terrible.
We all die from boredom before we ever finish how to do it. Like, get the instructions on how to do it.
Like instead, I'm going to waste it.
Ugh.
All right, 800-682-1075. I want to hear from you. What was your first ever to you? What was a big purchase to you? We're bringing this up because Oprah, she was asked this question, and it's not what you think. She bought fluffy Ralph Lauren towels.
Yeah.
Well, that's probably pretty expensive.
They're pretty pricey, but Oprah money to me
Yeah.
is like, I bought a mansion on Nantucket.
But she
or
was
Right.
she
something.
didn't start out rich.
No, I know, but it's just, I don't know. I just expected something bigger than that. But towels are exciting.
They are
when you're using
expensive,
rags.
too.
Yes.
Good towels are expensive. They're like $8 a pop right now.
Oh, way more than that
Really?
too. Like if you buy Ralph Lauren ones, you go to a like a department store or you order from the website, whatever it is you do. Yeah, they could be like upwards of $30 a piece.
Oh, hell
I
no.
see
Yes.
$86.
$86.
No,
Yeah.
that's not happening.
Oh,
That's
for the name?
ridiculous.
Yes. I went to buy sheets the other day, the place I was going was having a huge sale, and they were still $130. Like,
Really?
Well, how many count sheets are there?
I wanted them to be nice.
There's got to be like 50,000. What do you call those things? In
Like
the
thousands.
thread count?
The
Thread count. Yeah. Well, if you go to like one of these wholesale stores, you can get pretty nice towels
Yes, for
for
sure.
not $30 a pop, but for more like I saw them on sale for $8.99. I thought they were the best towels I've ever seen.
Sometimes the
And I
big box stores carry nice
Yeah.
brands too, but
Belk currently has Ralph Lauren towels for $22.80. It's on sale.
Wow.
see, there you go.
That's on sale.
Yeah.
That's all.
I forget I'm dealing with Katie here.
Yeah, she's bougie.
Oh, yeah. You
She's
just bought some
bougie.
dope
For certain
pillows.
things. For certain things. Other things I'm like, we'll take the bottom of the barrel, thank you.
What would that be?
I don't spend a lot of money on clothes.
But don't you shop at like Belk and stuff?
No, well, but always with a coupon.
Don't you have a
Okay.
subscription
Yeah.
to designer dresses that come in like once a month?
And different
Okay,
boxes?
fine, clothes is
You
nice.
spend a lot of money on clothes.
The best.
Maybe not per item, but you spend a lot of money on clothes.
Yeah, I guess so. Huh. I don't know. I'll have to think about
I
that.
would say though, if you're telling me that those towels cost that much, and Oprah had to buy a whole set, that you're looking at several $100, if not $500 of towels.
There's a reason why towels and linens are on everybody's wedding registry.
Yeah.
Because they're expensive.
yeah.
Well, and then it just adds up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
See, to me, the towels though they fade out after a while. They kind of start breaking down after a while. So don't buy the super expensive ones.
How often are you supposed to change out all your towels?
I guess depends on how
When they start ripping.
They start
Is that what it
ripping. They
is?
start tearing. That's
Okay.
why I
Or
would
they
buy
stink.
the Costco. I wouldn't buy $22 towels.
Well, the ones we had for our wedding when we
Nice.
were going on 8 years. Yeah.
But you can tell when a towel's nice.
Yeah.
Is it like your skin's not bleeding afterwards? Like, wow. Like you kind of you almost want to sleep in them.
But sometimes those don't dry
I
you
know.
off very well, though.
Yeah, I like a
Yeah.
little bit of rough.
You got to have a little bit
Yeah.
of
You
rough.
need something
Yeah.
that will dry.
Little
That's for sure.
grit.
Yeah.
And it's Oprah, so she probably went with the bath sheet instead of the bath
Which
towel.
is a game changer.
It
Ever
is.
had? Yeah.
And
it's a
this
game
may have
changer.
been before she was Oprah. It might have been when she's on TV in Chicago. I don't know
That's
when this
true.
happened. When she was like 19. She was like a broadcaster in Chicago. All right. What was your first big purchase to you? 800-682-1075. The one that stands out to me that it felt like I was stretching myself and I was excited to buy it.
Yeah.
It was I bought Charlotte Hornet basketball tickets for all the guys in the family for Christmas.
Oh,
wow.
nice.
And it was a game where Michael Jordan was going to be playing.
Wow. When was
Mm.
this?
This was 2000. When was Michael Jordan's second to last year? 2002, maybe?
Something like that, yeah.
So 2002, and I was in college, it had to be. Just got back from South Africa, and so I didn't have any money, and I was like, ooh. But I was like, no, let's get them. And they weren't great seats. Got them on the way to Charlotte, as happens many times. There was a wreck. We left like 3 hours early. We left 3 hours before the game
Yeah.
started. We got there at halftime,
Oh, no.
Dang.
and Michael Jordan was injured.
Oh.
A guy who basically played 82 games every season. He played full seasons every year. He was out that game. So we're watching like bums on the Wizards and bums on the Hornets and only saw half the game. So I told
Dang.
myself, don't ever do anything nice for anyone
Yeah.
ever again.
Yeah, that would be my message, too.
Dang.
So what was your first big purchase, Squid, if you've had one?
I would say probably my first after having a job, like my paycheck was like $250, and I got a half ounce of weed, and I thought I was rich. I thought I had enough weed to last me the rest of my life. Because up to this point, I've just been putting like $20 together through friends. Like ask my mom for like gas money, put like 10 in the tank, and then send the other 10, and then we put our 10s together, and we have 20 for like a gram of weed. And this time I had like 14 grams at one time in a little mason jar, and I was like, wow, like. I have enough for the rest of my life.
I'll never run out of marijuana.
Yeah.
I don't even know what 14 grams looks like.
No.
Enough to fit in a jar.
Yeah, a little mason jar. Yeah, a little mason jar.
Like how much? It was a full mason jar?
Well, I mean, not like a big mason jar, but a smaller one.
Yeah. Like the baby, the little mason jars.
Yeah, a smaller one. Yeah. Yeah, that was great.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's
I was
very
like,
honest
dude, I'm a
answer.
kingpin right now. Like, I hope I don't get busted weed.
The Medellin drug cartel over there.
Yeah,
He's sitting
I know.
back like Scarface.
Yeah.
Say hello to my little. And they're like, Squid, shut
I
up.
pull up
You
to the
need
party and be
weed?
like,
Come to
yeah.
Oh, that was honest. I liked it.
All right,
Thank
800
you.
682 1075, your first big purchase to you.
Yeah.
Katie?
My first big purchase was my Mazda 3, and I didn't pay it in full. I mean, but I put a down payment. I had been saving for a little bit, and that was like the first big purchase I ever made. And I swear
black
to
car?
you, it was gray. It was
Gray
like the
car?
gray Mazda
Okay.
3, and I swear to you, every single night I thought it was going to get repoed. I would wake up in the middle of the night and I would just look out my blinds to make sure that it was still there, even though I was making my payment. I was never late on a payment or anything. But in my mind, I thought, I can't afford this.
Yeah.
But that was it. I mean, and at that point, I thought, okay, this is what it's like to make some money. And I think I
Nice.
was paying it off for like 15 years.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Manchester Matt, what was your first big purchase?
My first big purchase was when I was in grad school. I specifically got a Best Buy credit card
Oh.
to purchase a 55-inch flat screen
Nice.
3D
Oh.
with the glasses.
Oh.
Television.
Which didn't really work.
Talk
Did
about
it?
an
Nope, never once
investment.
used the glasses for the 3D.
Yeah.
Do still have the TV, but that was my first experience with the fact that it's interest-free for a certain amount of months, but then once those months end, they charge you all the back interest.
Yes. Terrible. That
Should
is
almost be
terrible.
illegal.
It should be.
illegal.
Because I remember going to Best Buy shortly after that, trying to impress Hannah, who's my wife now, girlfriend at the time. I was going to buy her like a case for her iPad, and I was like, I got this. And I go to swipe it, and they're like, it's declined, sir. And I'm like,
It can't be. I need to speak to your manager.
Yeah.
give me the card. Try it again.
Wipe it on your jeans.
And then I go home and I check, and I'm like, when on earth did I rack up $3,000 on this credit card? And
Oh,
it was all the
gosh.
back interest.
Oh.
Terrible.
Oh,
terrible.
Okay,
gosh.
so I think I finished paying off that TV a couple weeks ago.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
So it was a couple $1,000,
It was at the time, I think that TV was like $1,700 or $1,800.
Dang.
which now you can get a 55-inch for like $300 or $400.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's crazy. to
Yep,
me.
and they don't even the whole 3D TV thing was a trend that I thought was coming that never came.
Oh.
No, I remember being excited about 3D, and I heard people had them like, ooh, and like one person had it in their house, and you put on the glasses, like, and it had to be a 3D movie.
Yep.
It,
Oh.
it couldn't be anything.
Oh,
That
I
was the
see.
kicker. It had to be shot in 3D.
So there's no
Oh.
TV show shot in 3D, so it only certain movies.
Very
and it was
rare.
like kind of cool, but you had to be sitting in a certain, like right in the middle of the room, or it
Uh-huh.
just
Yeah.
didn't work.
That's
Okay.
like when the whole 4K push came out. Everybody's like, "This is awesome." Well, nothing's shot in 4K, so it
Yeah.
doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If it's
yeah.
not shot in that quality, you can't watch it.
Well,
now
That's
there's
how they
a,
get
now
ya.
there's a lot more though, right?
Now, but the
Yeah.
big 4K push was probably like 8 years ago.
It was too early.
And it's just now starting to get to a point where the cameras are affordable enough for sporting events and things like that to be able to shoot.
Gotcha.
It's kind of like I don't know if because I didn't do drugs, but like you had friends that like they would buy stuff what would look like weed, but it wasn't. It could be like a
Oh,
Like a-
spice.
like spice, and they're like, "Oh, I'm so wasted." And you're like, "No, you're not.
You're smoking oregano.
Yeah.
You're, you're oregano.
exactly.
Yeah, you're smoking oregano.
I got
So
it.
you're watching the 4K, and you're like, "Oh, this is so much better."
Cool.
But
Yeah.
it's not. For everything you're watching is just 1080.
I never even
Yeah.
thought
Yeah.
about
Like you
how,
go to the store to buy the TV and you're like, this looks amazing. Well, it's the same 5-minute video that was shot in 4K. Of course it looks amazing.
It costs like $40,000 to shoot.
Exactly.
Jason Goodman, what was your first big purchase?
Just like Matt, I did the credit card thing with Sears and bought a sound system in my car that I paid off for 13 years.
Yeah.
interest. The interest that basically, if you don't pay the whole thing off by a certain amount of time, all the interest gets tacked on, and then all of a sudden that becomes like interest on top of interest. So I paid about $13,000 for a $1,500 car system.
It makes you feel sick.
But when I first got the car system, I was like rolling. I was like Squid, Squid with his Dogecoin. And then all of a sudden, it just hit me when like Squid lost it all, and I had to pay a $13,000 after 13 years.
Yeah, we've all done it. It's the worst.
Oh, boy.
Let's go to Michael. Michael, what was your first big purchase?
My big first purchase was a TurboGrafx 16. I always wanted it as a kid, and I saw it, and I grabbed it, and I was happy.
What now?
Yeah, can't complain.
What is it?
What is that, a TurboGrafx 16?
It's an old video game system back in the day. It was like one of the like a NES, like a Nintendo Entertainment System. It was a really good one.
Okay.
Okay.
If you look it up, you'll see it. But it was a really good. Back then, I'm older. But it was a great system. I was really excited about it as a kid. First paycheck from McDonald's, went and grabbed it.
But did that ever get popular? Was that before like Atari and Coleco?
I think it was after, because it was like it was like from Japan, but it was just really exciting. It had really great games. Graphics weren't that great, but it was good for that time. It was around like Sega Genesis time and stuff like that.
I remember Sega Genesis and Sega CD.
I'm looking at it. It looks very familiar. It looks familiar.
It said it was discontinued in 1993.
Had a short run.
Yeah.
Yeah, video game systems for dudes is exciting, man. Even now, big time. Some celebrities, their first big purchase. Tom Cruise, he paid for his sister's tuition.
That's nice.
Wow.
And bought his other sister a car, and then has nothing to do with his kids. I don't know why that's in there.
That's weird. You pick it. I guess when you're rich, you can pick and choose.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's nice. She got to go to college, though. Emma Watson, she bought a Prius.
Good for her.
That's Hermione Granger from Harry Potter. A laptop, and took her dad on a trip to Tuscany. She did it big.
Yeah, that's
kidding.
what I would do. If I made tons and tons of money, I would travel.
I would take my whole family if I could to like a European vacation.
Jennifer Aniston bought a used Mercedes that turned out to be a lemon.
Ooh.
Oh. Didn't you do that, Jared, or something like that?
A couple times he
Mercedes?
did. The PC Cruiser.
You bought some car that was a
PT Cruiser?
Don't
PC, what's it called?
ruin it. It's not a PC Cruiser.
What's it called?
Although,
What's it
a
called?
better name. A PT Cruiser.
The PT Cruiser.
It was a POS cruiser.
Yeah, it was a POS Cruiser. They don't make them anymore.
Uh-huh.
I bought a Saab SUV, which I really like. They don't make it anymore. Had a Honda Prelude. They don't make anymore. Had a GMC Jimmy. They don't make anymore.
Yep.
You're really good at your life decisions.
He really is.
I am.
This Tesla is probably not ever going to be made again.
Elon Musk will be like, I don't want to make these cars anymore. Like, oh, great.
He needs to buy it back off you.
Are they making the Ford Expedition anymore? I think so.
Yeah, they do make those.
Although I heard Ford might be getting rid of their SUVs.
They're going electric, right?
Or
They're
only
going
doing SUVs.
They're focusing more on SUVs. I think the
only
only
SUVs.
the only
yes.
car they're really
Sorry,
focusing
yes.
on now is the Mustang.
That's right. So the SUVs are staying, but everything else might be going.
And they are going electric, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah, because with the pickup truck now too.
Yep.
And then real quick, Sylvester Stallone, you may have heard this. We've shared this before, but he bought his dog Butt-Kiss back.
That's right.
He sold off when he was desperate for money when he was trying to have the movie Rocky made.
Yeah.
man.
That's an awesome story.
And then Butt-Kiss ended up being a long time his best friend dog and was in the first 2 Rocky movies.
Dogs are the best.
But he sold it to get money to make the movie
He
made.
sold the dog that he loved to
I
get
know, but
money.
then he bought him
You
back.
bought them back.
Then
Lucky.
Then he
Yes.
sold the movie or got money from the movie. Then he bought it back. Yeah, you're all lucky. The guy's like, okay, you can have it back.
I'm sure he had to pay more.
Or that he was still alive.
Yeah,
'Cause,
true.
they don't
Yeah.
last forever.
No, they don't.